So let's get started. Uh, so welcome to Sahaj Meditation. I believe there's one guest amongst us, or maybe two, who are new to Sahaj Meditation. So as always, this is what we will do. We will have a quick description of what is Sahaj Meditation, what does it involve, and how do we go about doing it. Also, we will show a couple of short videos, literally a minute long each, probably minute to 2 minute long, about how it works, but also what we call maybe what are affirmations and how do you get into that state of meditation. Then we actually do the meditation part, which is why you're all here. And then we stop. And then if you have any questions, we respond to your questions through the chat box. And then we have another session of meditation. So we try to focus more on meditation than on talking, of course. And then we try to end on time, on the hour, that is, let's say 7 p.m. Pacific, and again, maybe 10 p.m., sorry, 8 p.m. Or 9 p.m. Eastern. So with that, let's get started. And so Sahaj meditation essentially is about awakening of what we call an inner energy, which resides within each one of us here in a bone we call the os sacrum bone, something that looks like this. It is at the bottom of our spine here. This is the vertebral column, and this is what the sacrum bone looks like. So this energy, which has been mentioned across multiple spiritual scriptures, particularly from the Indian subcontinent, and is known as to be a part of the whole yogic system. By yoga, one means something that relates to the union of an individual consciousness. But more about that maybe downstream in some of the sessions that we will have. But essentially, it is mentioned, and this subtle energy essentially the aim of meditation, the aim of true spiritual meditation is to see if this inner energy can transcend or ascend, sorry, through these energy centers which lie above it, make contact through this seventh energy center with an all pervading sort of energy around us. And then one enters into a state of true meditation. So, meditation is not just about breathing, meditation is not just about being in the moment for its own sake, nothing of the kind. That is what meditation is about. And when this energy rises through these energy centers, makes this contact, two things happen, or can happen, or potentially do happen, call it which, whatever you like. One is that you can feel like a cool breeze, like a sensation coming through the tips of our fingers. And one is also from the top of our head, maybe. So those are two parts to it, but there is also another component, and that is one can feel maybe a sense of peace and tranquility, but also our thoughts sort of simmering down, a state we call as thoughtless awareness. All of this is on the website, Surge Online website. There is nothing new that I'm trying to say here, but for those of you who are attending for the first time, we are just mindful of it, wanted to make sure you felt that there was some introduction to this. What we have been doing over the past many weeks now is at one step at a time, we have been trying to look at the energy centers. So we took a look at the first energy center. We try to find the anatomical, etc., correlates to it. We have taken a look at the second energy center, also the third energy center, uh, and we took a look last time around at this area we call the void, and today we are going to focus a little bit on the fourth energy center before we actually begin our meditative process. This is towards helping us understand a little bit about our subtle system at a much deeper level. We also know that these energy centers reside within the central channel of energy, and we have two other energy channels, one that flow on the right side, so-called the side of our action, and then on the left side, the so-called our passive side. Just as the right side represents the active side, the left side represents the passive side. It is also the side by which we have the power to desire. So that is what we have been doing. So that was the first energy center. We will today focus on the on the heart chakra, or the fourth energy center. Now, this energy center corresponds to the cardiac plexus. Corresponds to, we have seen now throughout that the energy centers are themselves not the plexuses. The energy centers are situated deep inside the actual spinal cord that exists within the human body. They're at a very subtle level. They're not seen. They can't be, MRI'd or CT scanned, or through some kind of diagnostic radiological method. But these are at a very, very subtle sense, they exist at a very subtle plane of existence, if you will. But the manifestation of these energy centers can be considered to be through plexuses. Plexuses are groupings of neurons or nerves that come together out of the vertebral column, out of the spinal cord, that is, and then they form these little groups, these little clumps of basically nuclei of these nerve cells. So that's what essentially a plexus is. It's a collection of these nerve fibers. And what we see is that the cardiac plexus, essentially, which is demonstrated here, receives its components from the parasympathetic nervous system through the vagus nerve, and through the sympathetic nervous, through the sympathetic chain as well, lying on the left and right sides, as we have seen last time around. So here you have the left and the right sympathetic chains that run along the vertebral column outside of the cord, and then you have and then you have the parasympathetic nervous system, which is represented by the vagus. So these are details, but suffice it to say that this cardiac plexus is the one that is responsible for regulating the impulse, which results in the heartbeat. So when the heart is beating, what is essentially happening is like an electrical impulse that is going through the musculature, that is causing the heart to contract and relax, contract and relax, contract and relax, about 72 times per minute in an average individual. If you run, automatically you feel the need, or the body feels the need for more blood because more oxygen is required, and then the heart starts pumping, which is because of the action of what we call the sympathetic nervous system. And then if you sit down, your heart rate automatically slows down. You don't have to think about it, and that is brought about by the parasympathetic nervous system. So this interplay of regulating the rhythm of the heart is basically done by the cardiac plexus, and it is controlled by, as I said, it comprises, both the parasympathetic and the sympathetic fibers of the nervous system. So it's very, very obviously important. I mean, what can be more important than the heartbeat? So that is the cardiac plexus. And now let's take a look at some of the spiritual qualities that correspond to the heart chakra, or the heart center. So we basically say that the heart chakra, which is situated sort of at the level of the lower part of the sternum, corresponding to it at a level between, at that level of the vertebral column, or sort of the spinal cord. And it has, let's say, some predominant qualities that are truly outstanding. The first one is it grants you a sense of security. And when we mean a sense of security, it essentially means that it is through this system, it is through this energy center that we feel that sense of security, that we are a secure person. If there is anything, that's why we say, oh, I am afraid. I have fear in my heart. That we say that colloquially, we say that even metaphorically, but indeed that sense of security, that is sense of strength, comes from this center. That is the center, that is the heart. The second quality that I would like to emphasize is that of right conduct. So again, as we discussed when we spoke about the void area, we talk about righteousness, we talk about balance. Some individuals who just have that sense of righteousness, that sense of balance. So likewise, right conduct is about doing or performing your duties in the right manner. And when we mean duties, it doesn't mean in a very formal sense, in a very organized sense. Just as we do our duties as citizens, we have a duty as a son, a daughter, a mother, a father, a sister, a friend, a neighbor, a responsible member of society, very important in the current times that we are living in. So that is right conduct. You do the right thing at the right time, that your behavior and your models, your behavior is truly a model behavior, that you are an upright and somebody who can be looked upon as an ideal example. Then we have, of course, the quality of love, which is extremely, doesn't need to be explained. It speaks for itself. Throughout centuries, poets have spoken about love and heart and the connection between those. So yes, it's a quality that is expressed through our heart as well. The other quality that is one about compassion. In what we are going today through in America, what we are seeing across our cities, um, this absolutely very sorry state of affairs indeed, and that have been the events that have triggered it, or have been triggered over the past many years, actually centuries, and maybe now coming to a boil indeed. It speaks to the need for compassion, the compassion that one human being has for another human being, the compassion that we feel maybe even towards everything that is around us. If you have a pet, for example, or if you have anyone that you truly can demonstrate your love towards, so that's the quality of compassion. It is a quality that comes from this heart, this chakra, this the center heart. And then of course there is a sense of joy, which is why we will put our heart on hand our heart and say, I am the pure spirit, because the spirit uh, resides in the heart, and the quality of the spirit is one of pure joy. It is said that the spirit, which is truly, or the soul, is independent of any other attribute. We assign attributes to ourselves. Let's say me, I'm an Indian, I'm a male, I was born in a certain community, I went through university, I acquired a degree, I have a job, whatever, I stay here, I have a social security number, I'm somebody's husband, I'm somebody's son, somebody's brother, somebody's cousin, somebody's friend. Those are my identities that come through my physical existence. The soul is free of all of these attachments. So the true quality of the soul or of the spirit is pure joy. It is existence itself. And that manifestation is supreme and very joy giving, because then when we say we are the pure spirit, we are trying to touch that source of pure joy within each and every one of us. So heart chakra is, as all chakras, extremely important. At some level it has truly a special place, because it is through this energy center that we can feel our true existence, that is devoid of any other physical attributes that we may have, or any other identities that we may have. You may be wondering, what does the word anahata means? Anahata means the unstruck sound. So for example, if I do like this, it's because two bodies are colliding, and that is creating the sound. Anahata is the unstruck sound. It is that sound that is heard when, in the absence of two bodies or more kind of coming together to create sound. And that sound, as they say, is the sort of a primordial sound. And it is that sound that you hear through your spirit when you touch that subtle system, that subtle spirit within each one of us. So that is about the Anahat Chakra, a little bit of the introduction. Now, Sahaj meditation was established by Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi in 1970. We don't speak a lot about her. Occasionally, we do refer to her, because she began this form of meditation that was premised on knowledge that has come to us through the centuries. So basically, we are a non-profit entity. For those of you who are joining today for the first time, we are present across most cities in the United States, the most major cities, and around 100 countries worldwide. We are a non-profit registered entity in the state of California. That's because we are incorporated here under the 501c3 Act of the IRS code. I just wanted to give that little officialese, because it just goes to establish ourselves as a legitimate organization, not some legit, not something that that one has never, has no legitimacy of sorts. So with that, I turn you back to Mariana. Let's watch a quick video and animation of how the energy rises, and then we will take a look at the affirmations. What are we going to say when we meditate? And then we will go into a state of meditation. Thank you.
The Kundalini energy is a primordial energy, the source of all energy. Energy flows throughout your body via 3 main vertical energy channels, or nadis, flowing through 7 primary energy centers, or chakras, which are located at the sites of your main nerve plexuses, or networks of interlaced nerves. The energy rises up through your spinal column, flowing upward through the 6 energy centers above the sacrum bone. The 2nd energy center, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, and finally, the 7th crown energy center. As the subtle energy pierces through the top of your head, it unites your individual consciousness with the universal consciousness. To begin, sit comfortably on a chair or on the ground with your back straight and your hands on your lap, palms up. Close your eyes and relax. Then repeat each of the following affirmations until you feel peaceful and ready to move on. Ideally, you'll spend about 30 seconds on each of the affirmations, saying them slowly, genuinely feeling the desire and meaning they represent. First, place your right palm over your heart and quietly say, either to yourself or aloud, "Am I the Spirit?" Next, place your right palm on your lower left side, just above your hip, and say, "I want to have pure knowledge." Move your right palm up until it's just below your ribcage and say, "I am my own master." Place your right palm over your heart and say, "I am the Spirit." Place your right palm on your left shoulder where it meets your neck and say, "I am not guilty." In this moment, it's important to leave behind any regrets or feelings of guilt you've been holding on to throughout your life. Place your right palm across your forehead, lower your head slightly, and say, "I forgive everyone, including myself." In this moment, you must forgive, forget, and let go of painful events that have troubled you in the past. Finally, put your right palm on the crown of your head, with the center of your palm maintaining firm contact with your head. Now, rotate your hand slowly in a clockwise direction, and as you rotate your hand, say, "Please let me have my self-realization." Sit quietly for approximately 5 to 10 minutes, without trying, without effort. Notice the silence. Notice how your thoughts have calmed. If a thought does pop into your mind, simply let it rise and fall away. Should you find it difficult to raise your inner energy alone, help is always available on this website.
Wonderful. So let's get started. Basically, there's nothing to truly memorize. I'll repeat all of what you just heard. The video is just to help us orient once again as to what we do, where we do. So let's close our eyes. Let's place both our hands in our laps with our palms facing upwards. Let's take a couple of deep breaths and let them out slowly. Now we take our right hand and we place it at the level of our waist on the left side. Right hand on the left part of our abdomen, lower part of our abdomen or waist, for the second energy center. As we know, the energy centers are in the middle in the vertebral column, but we are working with our side of our desire and action put together. So we say the affirmation, I want to experience pure knowledge. Because as we know, the experience of the inner energy is pure knowledge. So we say about 6 times, I want to experience pure knowledge. Now let us place our hand little above, just below the last rib, always on the left side, upper part of our abdomen on the left side. And here we say the affirmation, I am my own master. We saw in the last couple of sessions that this is the area, the so-called void, which represents the principle of the master within us. So we are affirming it. I am my own master. Say that about 10 times. Let's place this hand on the heart. Now we say about 12 times, I am the pure spirit. We just heard why that is so important, because that is the true essence of who we are. We are the pure spirit. So we are affirming it. This center has 12 subplexuses, so that's why we say 12 times. I am the pure spirit. Say it once. Feel that silence within you. That's more important than just repeating it. Now let's place our hand at the angle of our neck and shoulder. Always the right hand on the left side. Turn our head slightly to the right side and say, I am not guilty. We say that 16 times. We will see at the next session next week why we say this. But for today, just let's say, I am not guilty. Now let's place this hand across our forehead. Just bend our head forward just a bit. And we say the affirmation, I forgive everyone, including myself. It's a very important affirmation. It has to come from our heart. Let's say that 3 times, but very calmly and deliberately, with genuine intent. I forgive everyone, including myself. Now, finally, let us place our hand on our crown. The center of our palm should be touching the crown. Apply gentle pressure and slowly start moving it in a clockwise fashion so that the skin also moves along with it. And now, if you can keep your attention at that point on the crown, we say the most important affirmation. I want to experience my self realization. It is that realization that I am the spirit. So we say, I want to experience my self realization. Let's say that 7 times. Let us bring our hand down. We'll keep it in our lap. So both hands are in our lap with palms facing upwards. We will continue to meditate with our eyes closed, with some soft music in the background, and we will watch if our thoughts are simmering down. If you do get any thoughts, do not engage with them. Just say, I forgive, and continue to meditate very calmly. We will sit like this for a few minutes. Slowly open our eyes. We are going to place our right hand, as we always do, a couple of inches above our crown and see if we can feel a cool breeze, maybe a warm breeze, but just kind of a sensation because, as we keep on saying and reiterating, Sahaj is about self certification, self experience. And also see with your left hand. Now, hopefully, some of you experienced a little bit of thoughtless awareness, or at least your thoughts calmed down a bit. So we'll have a quick Q&A session. If you have any questions, do type them in the chat box and we'll try to respond to them. Otherwise, we will get to the second part, which is another meditation. Same thing what we just did with fewer affirmations, and we'll continue to be in that state of silence. But before that, if you have any questions about what we said today, or if you have been meditating regularly, hopefully you have, let us know. We'll take a couple of minutes for you to type in those questions if you have. If not, we'll get started again.
There is a question. Can you review the number of times to say each affirmation at each energy center, please?
Sure. So the first, actually today we didn't do the first affirmation, which was to place our hand on the heart and ask a question 3 times, where we say 3 times, we ask a question, am I the spirit? Then we take our hand, the lower part of our abdomen for the second energy center, and we say, I want to experience the pure knowledge 6 times, because that energy center has 6 aspects to it, or 6. That plexus has 6 subplexuses. Then we place our hand on the upper part of our abdomen, always on the left side, and we say the affirmation, I want to be my own master 10 times. Then we place the hand on the heart, and for this energy center, which we reviewed today, the heart center, we say 12 times, I am the pure spirit. At this energy center level, the 5th energy center, we say, I am not guilty 16 times, because it has 16 aspects to it. This affirmation, the penultimate affirmation on the 6th energy center, I forgive everyone, including myself, we say that 3 times. And then finally, we say the final affirmation, I want to experience my self-realization 7 times. All of this is actually available on the website. So even if you have not been able to memorize this right now, no worries, just continue to, if you can visit the website. So 3, 6, 10, 12, 16, 3 and 7, brilliant.
There is another question, why the left side only?
So this is why we tried to do this, is that the left side is the power of our desire, this dark channel, and the right side represents the power of our action. What we are trying to do is we take our right hand, we place it on the left side. In that, we are making sure that our action and our desire are working in consonance. However, the energy rises in the center. That is why. Now, when you meditate for a few weeks, months, you will not have to say these affirmations. Like when we meditate, we do not say these affirmations because we can take our attention inside just within the central channel and raise it through the energy centers, or we feel those energy centers. This is to sort of help us get into that state of meditation at the beginning stages of our meditation. So that's why we try to do it. right with the action, left with the desire. We bring them together and help the energy rise in the center. Good question.
Another question, can you show where exactly on the top of the head to place the hand, please?
Here, if you can see me, I don't know, Mariana, can you see me?
Just
So it's kind of at the top, at the crown here. So if you say you draw a line between, let's say a midline from here to here, and another that goes, let's say from the top of your ears and crosses over, where these two lines might intersect, the one going from over the forum over your ears, one that might go from the bridge, from the tip of from the brow of your nose, right back up to here. Imagine those two lines intersecting at a point, and it's in that area where we have the fontanelle area of our skull, of our, and that's where the deep inside there is where the seventh energy center is. Again, very good question. Any other questions? All right. Let's get down to it again. Let's meditate one more time. Looks like there is one more question. Is there, Mariana?
no, I think we finished the questions.
All right, good. So we'll meditate again. What we will do is this time we will just say the three affirmations. We'll start with the heart. Then for this energy center, the sixth energy center, and then again the seventh energy center, and then we will again sit quietly in meditation. So let's begin. Let's close our eyes. Let's place our right hand on the heart. Once again, we say about 12 times, I am the pure spirit. I am the pure spirit. It's the very essence of who we are, the ultimate reality of our existence. Say it once and just see if you can feel that quietness or that peace within you. That is very important. Only that way you will derive the benefits of this meditation. You have to be able to feel that peace within, even if it's for a few seconds, but that's important. Now let us place this hand across our forehead. Bend our head forward a bit and we say, I forgive everyone, including myself. 3 times. And then finally, we place our hand on our crown. Spread your fingers a little bit if you like. Put a little bit of pressure. But most important is that the attention should be on the crown. the point where that hand is touching the crown, and rotate it gently in a clockwise motion. And as you are doing it, we say 7 times, I want to experience my self-realization. Seven times, I want to experience my self-realization. Bring your hand down, eyes closed. Once again, both hands in our lap, palms facing upwards. We'll keep our attention on our crown and continue to meditate. Some soft music in the background. So once again, as always, just let's place our hand a little bit above our crown. See if you can feel that cool breeze, maybe a warm breeze, maybe nothing, but try. Unless we try or we try to feel it, but eyes closed, it's a very subtle sensation. It's wonderful to feel it if you can. And of course, if you have felt anything through the tips of your fingers, of your thoughts have sort of simmered down, feel a little more relaxed. Hopefully, you are sleeping well, a little better. The quality of sleep matters as much as the quantity. So, hopefully, you're feeling that as well in your daily lives. Hopefully, you're meditating every day. So, with that, we come to an end to this evening session. Next week, we will speak about the fifth energy center, the Vishuddhi Chakra. And in the meanwhile, please visit the website to get more information. But even beyond all of that, is very important to meditate every day. Without meditation, it doesn't work. Regularity is very important. So please take the poll. As we say, we always look forward to hearing from you and see you next week. Bye for now. Good evening.